So, actually, I'm really not fun. My name is Raskin, and I'm a workaholic. So I'm going to talk to you about two things today. One is, what does a workaholic do when they play? And two, why I'm going to try and reiterate some of the themes that you've talked about, why the whole nature of how you buy a toy, think about play, and discover play is changing. And third, because I felt like I didn't do enough things. So fast forward, I was in journalism. On my Facebook page it says, when your Rolodex is better than your writing, you switch jobs. And so I went to CES and I said, you guys aren't telling a story. People come in with no money, they buy a booth, you shove them in the back of ballroom 3, and that's it. So instead I said, let me take these people, aggregate them. We do kids at play, we do mommy tech, we do sports and fitness tech, boomer tech for aging populations, digital health. I was at CTIA yesterday, don't envy me, for talking about wireless carriers and the digital health system and how they can monetize that. So I get this great opportunity to see things from everybody's perspective, and all across different, we even do a fashion show now, high-tech fashion wear, which turns out to be awesome. But anyhow, I thought what I'd do is, so I was dumb enough to shell out $1,500 of my hard-earned money and buy Google Glass. Oh, is Google in the room? So it was like, I just couldn't resist this experience. And then I got really mad that I'd wasted this money and that it was such an elite thing. And so anyhow, oh, I have a clicker, right? I have a clicker, okay. So I am going to announce my new, I'm going to hit the big green button.
Big green button in the middle.
I'm going to announce my aha moment. And it started when I bought my Google Glass and wasted all this money. So I decided that I was going to make a toy, and it was going, and that every tech reviewer who has ever reviewed a product and said, I don't like this, I don't like the box, it didn't come with batteries, should really have to make a toy and go through the manufacturing process and try and build a campaign. And I'll tell you what I learned about making my toy and what I hope that you take away a little bit of as you make yours. Introducing, for the first time ever, the real faux glass. Now, faux glass does absolutely nothing, but you can't break it, and it costs $20, and it has no user manual, and it just has a bunch of, I'll probably be arrested this afternoon. It's got like 7 LED lights, and it has commands that are a language that is called faux. And faux you can read in the Fauxpedia, and there are commands like, where the faux, that's the GPS function. It doesn't really tell you anything. There's the iPhoto feature, but you can't take a bad photo. So the idea was $20, we're launching it on Indiegogo this week. I stopped at LAX airport on my way in to wear my prototype before it got sent to Amsterdam. I'm so excited about this $20 toy. But here's what I learned making this, that a toy wasn't enough, and being mad at Google wasn't enough, that I needed a world surrounding my toy. So my toy had to have a story. I think Skylanders will tell you very well about a backstory. You all know that there are backstories to your toys. It's very hard to articulate. So we have the Fauxpedia, we have what the faux commands, where the faux, mofo, but we have 3 unprogrammed commands, and if you can tell us what you think the faux button should be, well, you get to come to CES with us and walk down our fashion runway wearing your faux glass at our store. So
Faux play.
Faux play, oh my gosh, yeah. We've got Fogles when you want to look something up. I mean, there's no faux play. I had to be really careful. I did faux hole and then I took it off. So this was an amazing way for a workaholic to have fun playing by building something, and it will launch this week on Faux.Glass. They will be available until December, but they make a great holiday gift for the nerd in your life. And I'm going to switch now to my little toy experience and your great product announcement here, to what I see. I went to a restaurant just the other day, and it was beautiful green parks all around, and there were the 2 kids playing on their phones with absolutely no relationship to anything about where they were, and couldn't have cared less. And then this is my favorite one. This is one kid's answer to, Mom said I had to go outside and play. And I think, there's, you talked a lot about play spaces today, and this is a lot of what you find kids doing in parks, and when I saw that one, I just thought it was great. I also thought, who was here for the urban discussion this morning about play places? And I think, while it's wonderful, and we didn't really talk much about liability, there actually are 68% of Americans that think there ought to be a law that prohibits kids from going to playgrounds alone. And you remember the big news headline just recently when the poor working mother put her kid in the playground while she went in for her shift and was arrested. So there's a lot of things we have to relearn about how to play. I'm no market expert. NPD, you did a great job. I won't even touch that, but I'll just touch on a couple of things. Online sales are surpassing retail stores. Kids are getting older, younger. They're playing, adult. They want to be adults. That's why I think the Leap Band will be great because kids want to look just like their moms and dads wearing their fitness monitors. Play has become heavily electronics dominated, even in your park experience. The holidays are still a huge time for play. You've got this fragmented market. Play is spent the morning talking about how there's no time to play, and yet you make your living selling things that enable kids to do something they have no time to do. And then there's this roulette factor. I think you called it transient affinity. My youngest son, millennials, he works for Tough Mudders. And I said, this is a great thing for a while. Mud races are going to be great, but don't bet the farm that you're going to be in the mud race business for the rest of your life. It's a fad. And enjoy it and love it, but start thinking about the next steps. Because I think we've now all been around long enough to know that, unlike my parents' generation, you will not keep the same job for as long. And we've got to train our kids to be flexible. And we know all the problems with toys, the roulette factor. We know for everyone that makes it to market, whether it's luck, whether it's complication, simplicity, there's a lot of reasons for success. We know that the technology world is already nostalgic. The Strong Museum folks are here, and they have the best archive. That's so sad that half the things that I still use are in their museum. So I want to talk a little bit about what I see for 2015 in the kids space. One is wearables. Kids have always wanted to do what they see adults doing. You'll see wearables in watches, smartwatches, in cameras. You just saw a little boy take his GoPro to school, and it became like an internet viral success story as he just wore his camera all day. You saw the NPD slide about the Nike shoes and socks. I call this mass customization, and I think you really have to think about this. Yes, I love Marc Jacobs or I love Vera Wang, but I want them my way. And the smart retailer, whether it's a Hasbro or a Vera Wang, is going to allow you to customize your product and still keep their brand affinity. And you're seeing it it's the whole rise of 3D printing. You're seeing so many changes that allow you to have some say in the way your furniture gets made, the way your outfit gets made, where you want your pockets for your devices. And the winner across all of these things are going to be the ones who understand mass customization. Yes, I want your thing, but I want it my way. Tablets, I know that NPD forecast flat, but there's something like 45 kids tablets on the market now, and the kids market is booming, where parents are actually comfortable not just handing back the iPad, but giving them a tablet of their own to hold. And then this whole idea of toys with a backstory and a 360-degree view around them that whether you're in the parks or you're in the museum or in the streets, your toy is there with you. And I think Skyliners did a particularly good job about that. So where do kids go to buy toys? So I actually started, looking around, going to stores. So Toys R Us, right now, in my opinion, I'm no expert, skews really young. It just seems, you know, you go in there with your toddler and or your preschooler, you go to Best Buy and it skews pretty boring. The displays are awful. Sorry, it's Best Buy here too. It's just free, will offend everybody. So Best Buy is a pretty boring place to get excited about what you're going to buy. It's much more of a utilitarian thing. You go to the Apple store and it skews Apple. If you want to buy into their ecosystem, good for you. And if you don't, it's a problem. So I think places like the Verizon store, the AT&T stores, you're going to see toy sales cropping up in amazingly unique places, and that's an opportunity for all of us. So I started to look, so what's going on today? How many of you have watched unboxing videos? If you haven't, you must. I mean, so there's millions of adults, kids. Why don't you click on Fluffy Jet and we'll just, take a look at like the world's most boring video, but this is where kids are getting their product information from other kids that are just opening their birthday presents. If it's slow, we'll just move on. But
hey guys, welcome to another video. And this is my birthday video. I'm gonna open a card first.
Okay, it's just, you know what, that's enough. It just goes on and on. He opens all his presents, he thanks everybody, he forgets his aunt's name. It's unbelievable. There's another one, these girls are actually cleaning up in ads on YouTube. 2 young girls from the Philippines. Every week they open up some new Barbie or Lego and they take it from the box and build things and comment. They have commercials in the beginning. They have ads going throughout. They are making a ton of money on this unboxing. So Fluffy Jet, 35 million times since this kid posted his presents. And so last year alone, if you look at the unboxing market for videos, and it happens in the electronic space too, it's huge. And so you don't have to go to a store and you don't have to be consciously thinking, they're just surfing the internet. And these kids who are self-producing make some revenue and learn a little bit about entrepreneurship. How many folks have been to a maker store, MakerBot store? Yeah, so another great experience. You go into the store, you get to make a face or a charm on the printer, they have classes, it's part of the community. What a great way to discover other ancillary toys, to make toys and share with other people, to print the piece of your Monopoly set that maybe you lost and really don't want to buy a whole nother set. So there's another shopping opportunity. Maker fairs, the science museums. If you haven't been to a maker fair in New York or San Francisco or wherever it is at San Mateo, I guess, do so. It's like one big toy store, fun fest. And those are the kinds of things that you need to be thinking about selling products somewhere else. So my takeaways for all of this is, I talked about the kid who wore the GoPro. Anything that kids wear now, and any high-tech thing is play. That the exploration of toys, and can you click on the Sphero? I know Sphero was here earlier, but Sphero didn't make this commercial, and this is really poor quality, but this kid is so proud of what he's done.
Hello, so, got a racetrack here that I just made yesterday. And he told me on Instagram I was going to make a video, so, probably won't come straight, but, so. There it is. Sarah will probably, hopefully go.
So you can close it, but you get the idea that these are the people that you want to attract, that you want on your side, and that the things that you should be doing. So, and then when we keep talking about play. I said I'm a workaholic. Kids' work and play lives are totally continuous and contiguous, so are ours, and we've got to get used to making every single thing that we do, from the time we wake up in the morning to the time we go to bed, and even go to bed, can be fun, and opportunity is everywhere. Just keep it real, like Faux. I'll take any questions about anything. Any suggestions about Faux? faux real is actually the tagline on the Indiegogo campaign. Yes, it is. And I was making this campaign and the social media, going to China in the middle of the night to look at, no, I think the spotlight should be a little lower. By the way, they do have a spotlight and a magnifying prism, which makes them more useful than Google Glass right out the gate.